Okay, so today we have M.E. by Gary Numan, another one from The Pleasure Principle. And, Gary Numan, he's always requested, and I've enjoyed doing his songs. I might have done, three by now, I want to say, maybe four. But anyway, we're going to get into him again today, talk about it after. So here we go, M.E., 5.5 minutes, so strap in and let's go. My goodness. Yeah, fade away. All right. I feel like I just experienced something crazy. So M.E. or just Me by Gary Numan here. You talk about great combinations. Peanut butter and jam, salt and vinegar. That also comes to mind. Gary Numan and a synthesizer is another thing that should be in that whole thing. Good Lord. And I gotta think, as people have commented before, obviously I wasn't alive in 1979. I was just a twinkle in my mother's eye, or my father's eye, whatever. But either way, it was like, I can imagine back then. I don't think there's probably anything that sounded like this. Gary Numan with his debut album here, The Pleasure Principle. When you probably first heard this, whoever it was, back in those days when you were a young fella, whoever I'm talking about there, I can imagine it was probably like hearing. Yeah, you've never heard anything like this before. I mean, that's what I have to think about, where and when this happened. And just the synths on this track, that, obviously the synth bass on this too is always, it's just nuts. And that repetition that it's just, hypnotic in a way too. I don't know, again, I just want to say that obviously when he put this out, I don't think there's probably anything that sounded like it. It was probably like an alien came down to Earth. And again, what he would write about, and I just love his titles as well, all just usually one word on this album anyway. But again, just what he would write about, talking about machines, talking about kind of robots in a way. It seemed like Gary has, I was going to say he's still alive. Gary has, and at this time, had such a great imagination, and it seemed like he would think about these things, think about these machines, and you can read quotes about what he said at the time that I was looking at before this video. And he's obviously a very interesting guy. And again, he talked about a lot of the time he would go against a wall in a corner and just kind of try to blend in and look at people. He just sounds like such a different guy. And again, just where he would get his ideas from, talking about in the song, with Me, and talking about maybe the last machine on Earth or the last person on Earth. And again, you think about these things when he sings it. You think about what if you were the last man on Earth? I mean, obviously there's been shows made about that and stuff, because it is obviously a very interesting concept, being the last person on Earth. That'd be nuts. But anyway, and again, these are the things that I guess Gary would think about, Gary would make songs about. And again, I think about how influential and how inspirational this would be for so many different people. And, new wave, obviously, here. A slice of new wave, a gem. I mean, my God, it's just, it's so good. And, again, from the get-go, it's so fiery and it's just so unrelenting in a way, I want to say as well. And just from those synths just come in so well and so strongly. And Gary, just his voice, his cadence, he's very quick-witted. And he's very, just how he would say things. He's trying to say words as fast as he can. That's what it sounds like when we go over these lyrics anyway. I'll get into that. But again, there is a quote here on Genius.com. I kind of said what I thought, about the song off the top. It seems to be, about being the last person on Earth. Everyone else is dead. You're the last thing, the last machine, the last human, whatever it is. And just talking about that, that whole kind of setup, But there is a quote here from Gary Numan from Genius.com. So it says, according to Numan, the title stands for mechanical engineering. So he did say me in it, M-E and everything, but I guess he said for mechanical engineering. And again, I don't expect anything less from him. The song M-E or Me is sung from the point of view of the last living machine on Earth. And this is put in quotes. It doesn't say Gary said it, but I'd imagine he must have been the one. The people have all died. There we go. Thank God. The planet is laid to waste and its own power source is running down. What a great, thing to think about. I used to have a picture in my mind of this sad and desperately alone machine standing in a desert like, my God, I can't talk. Standing in a desert-like wasteland, just waiting to die. So I guess that is what Gary said here. Again, who thinks of these things? Gary does, I guess. And just talking about a sad and lonely machine desperately waiting to die. It's just like, my God. Again, so bleak, so ugly, so sad and depressing, but at the same time, what a hell of a song it makes. So anyway, and just getting into these lyrics, and me, I eat dust, and just how he says, I eat dust. It's just like, before you even know what's going on, he's already finished the line. Anyway, and again, I eat dust. I think about how he said he thinks of a machine out in the desert or whatever, think about dust and whatever, what machines eat, whatever. We're also run down. Again, everything's dying. Everyone's gone, I guess. I'd call it my death. but I'll only fade away. Again, talking about how it's not going to come quickly. I guess it's not going to happen easy. I'm just going to fade away. And again, it's a machine. I guess, you just power off. Anyway, and I hate to fade alone. Now there's only me. Again, just so lonely. I mean, obviously the whole sense of loneliness going on here. That sadness is so big. We were so sure, we were so wrong. I love that so much. We thought we knew what was going to happen, but we were wrong. Now it's over. And again, I think about maybe just the whole point of the world or whatever. We were wrong about this whole planet thing. But there's no one left to see because everyone's dead. And there's no one left to die. I'm the only thing left. There's only me. And again, the way he delivers this, I can't say it enough. It's just so eerie and it's haunting. The instrumental comes in here, and that's also obviously very haunting. It reminds me of something like John Carpenter would do for a Halloween movie, that kind of a thing. Obviously John loves synths as well. Why should I care? Why should I try? It's just I can't do his fucking voice, but goddamn, I just love his cadence, I guess you would say. Oh no I turned off the pain, like I turned off you all. And again, I think about the whole machine. I turned off you all. I turned off all these people, whatever. But also I think about, as you talk about, like in a way of, I turned everyone off, like in a not sexual way, but just a way as I never had any friends, whatever. You never turned anyone on. This kind of thing comes to mind. Or is he just simply talking about a machine in this case? Anyway, now there's only me. Again, that's what it all comes down to. After everything he said here, one conclusion that we can find is there's only me. There's only me left. There's only me, this machine, and that's it. And then the instrumental comes in there. And again, this was 5.5 minutes, but such a great 5.5 minutes, and enjoyable. Kind of flew by in a way. And again, I don't know, I'm just bopping my head along. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, the synths are great. The bass was great, too, so prominent. And I might as well talk about the personnel here, because I didn't, but I did before, but you guys know. But I want to do it again. Gary Numan on vocals, also on synthesizers there, too. Paul Gardner on bass, who, again, obviously passed away very early. He was a great bass player, I have to say. I mean, it's, like nobody knows, whatever, but, who am I to say? Anyway, Paul Gardner, I think, is a great bass player, and I'm sure everyone else probably has before I just said it. Chris Payne also on keyboards here, and viola. I don't know if he was on this song or not, but either way he's on keyboards. And of course, Cedric perhaps on Cedric Sharpley on drums and percussion on this one. And I've always enjoyed Cedric's work through all the songs I've reacted to by Gary. And anyway, these guys were all on point. They're just, they were making songs, making music that, nobody else was kind of making at the time. And they're all on the same page. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew what they wanted to create. Because sometimes, maybe some people won't get it. If Gary came to somebody and said, do it like this, whatever, and they'd be like, we don't do it like that. But they did. Anyway, all that kind of comes to mind. And they all work together so well to create such a mesmerizing sound. So anyway, I guess that's all I'm going to say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for requesting Gary over and over. I always enjoy coming back to him. Just great, great looking guy even to this day. And just such a unique performer. I don't like the word unique, but that's the word that comes to mind. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all this stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.